Yo, yo, yo. Radio de Pirata. Now imagine. Pirate Radio, episode 37. Okay. Oh, whoa. I sound like Juvenile right now. Yo, this is the thing about champagne. You can't just go and let me unwind this metal part. Hail to the nizzle for shizzle. Cause now you want to pop it, and I have to fucking pop it with, fuck it with this whole shit. Fuck it. Bang. You see, but the thing is that, yo, just imagine how many people get fucking, their eyes fucking scrambled up in there. Because they just want to be like, oh, where, boom. You know what I mean? That shit shoots out like a cannon, yo. God damn. Another week, more shit to talk about. Yeah, the world keeps giving me how do you call it, material. You know what I'm saying? Like, how podcast is the best form of recording history. You know, like they will say read a book, but now those people are outdated. Like, there was literally a time where people would be like, where you get your information from? YouTube? Yeah. Because that's where everybody went to and had their own voice. And yeah, there's people that are on YouTube that, you know, gets more famous because they do stupid shit on YouTube. And stupid to whoever is the observer. Like, you know what I'm saying? Depending on other people, they could define it as art. You know, you just never know. But you know what I mean? Like, now it's gotten serious. And it's to the point that they basically need to not ban YouTube. They ain't gonna do that, right? Because that's gonna be way too obvious. So what they're gonna do is they just ban the users, and that's basically censorship. I'll drink to that. You see how that works? Don't believe the hype. And that's one of the main things I want to stress out. Because it's like history, knowing history. I'm not saying I know history because there's so much shit. And even when you think you know history, what if I be like, there's a person that's connected to that main person back in the days, and he have his journal and he really wrote exactly what really happened, and it fucking makes sense on certain points. Like, let's say something they read and they uncover some shit, and it's to the point that you can't deny it because it affirms certain events, but it has specifics, and like, you never know what happened with information, with true information. We will never know. And you know why? Because we all humans. So because of that, you have to take history with a grain of salt. I'm not saying DK don't believe the sky is blue and shit like that, but you know, when you see discrepancies and people like attesting it, not that DK you gotta believe them, but just remember that there was two opposing sides. And then later on, whenever the hell somebody want to release some information, they will just come out of nowhere and be like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, this whole time we thought this, and it never really was this, it was that. And now you have to fumble everything. Like, one of the main things that's happening too, and weirdly enough, is science. A lot of things is contradicting science and previous science, and you know, they banked on information thinking like that was it. But eventually, you know, more shit gets uncovered. So just imagine all those printed textbooks and shit that we had to buy also. Like kids who were, you know, teenagers in the 70s that had to buy books that they were talking about dinosaurs and shit. And listen, I don't want to get into dinosaurs, but I have to get into dinosaurs. And there's a conspiracy for everything. But you know what really fucked it up for me? Which I get it. I get the premise of this. I don't even know if I'm using the word premise right. But every time we go to museums, those are not the real bones, right, of dinosaurs. I hope you all know that. And I'm not saying to go, I hope you all know that, because I didn't know that shit. But if you don't know, now you know. And okay, I get that, because I'm like, there's gonna be that one dumbass that's gonna say, oh, this shit is fake. It's gonna fuck up that whole shit. Like, you just never know. But they keep thinking the real ones, and like, you gotta wear white gloves and all that shit. I get it. But Like these people, if you look back, man, there's people that can make a case that shit was probably a lie, or maybe the way that they depicted it in the movies. Because first of all, listen, they could. But the thing with information is somebody could easily create something for it. So it's good to just be a skeptic, because you could also be a skeptic and somebody tell you some shit that's way above your head, and you'd be like, nah, I still don't believe that shit. Nah, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Though you can't. You have to take L's, and why not? It's taking L's for better information. Like, you gotta just be humble. Like, now the word be humble is like everybody uses. Oh, be humble, be humble. But the real being humble is like, especially in information, it's like, if something kind of clicked in your head, don't hate and be like, nah, fuck it, I ain't gonna admit it. Like, no, come on now. Like, iron sharp as iron. Like, I will never forget that. Like, iron sharp as iron. So, if somebody got a better information, just don't, just be like, you know what, that makes sense. But I'm gonna have to look into that. That's it. I can't believe I used to be in debates, and it was really it was like a rap battle. Like, yo, this nigga said, like, yo, it was just like for the oohs and ahs, and no information got settled. So I don't go by that, my nigga. When you know your history, it's like karate. And I'm talking about karate to that, cause karate I'm gonna say karate, but I guess in today's days you could say, like, it's like learning UFC. You got a wrench for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can come with no bullshit to you. You know what I'm saying? Stand up and ground. Like, so when people try to do like little tricks and tricks on us, we can spot it early. We don't have to go through I thought y'all meant this. Like, I thought they really cared about us. Like, nah. Because these people is like, in a weird way, it's like they so out of touch that sometimes they do shit that is super obvious, and they even get away with it because they know that not the majority is gonna be intact. You know what I mean? Like, only certain people. But those certain people, slap the word conspiracy theorists, and they out of here. Because when I have the news mock it, you're gonna feel like the news people are the smart people. So, yeah, like, what am I talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're bozos. And you're literally just, you don't know this, but you're caught in propaganda. Just like that. Just like that. Because these people, in a way, are actors. The people who are giving us the news, they are actors. Just like when they want to cry, like, for certain shit, like, they tell them like, yo, if you can, just be as emotional as you can, dig deep. And they just basically combing you to tell you, yo, cry, so people can be like, oh my gosh, she's crying, and just invoke, sadness. And listen, I'll tell you this: if you tell me those production managers or those production people in the back, one of them or whatever, that kind of gives the coaching on being emotional, if don't tell me they ain't read books on like how to engage and make people get emotional. Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? These people are getting paid to do this programming. It's TV programming, and it sucks in a way, because you would think, damn, like, do you enjoy anything? Yeah, I enjoy everything. I enjoy everything because I know it's category. I categorize it. Like politics, you gotta categorize that shit, because if not, you be fucking looking stupid trying to argue with people who know way more than you. But they're not gonna say I know way more than you, because we are emotional. If I say that, it's like, oh, what you mean, motherfucker? You wanna fight? Like, no, you fucking knuckle dragger. I'm just saying, like, yo, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. You probably could beat me, like, in a video game or basketball, or like you probably got like riches, but that doesn't mean you're at that level of like thinking not outside the box. I don't want to say like, if you don't do that, you're stupid, but just everything has its own category. Like, there's people who do really good in one category, and if somebody knows way more about you than about politics, and you just get your information from fucking MSNBC and CNN, where they just gallop you and they just You know, they just hope on your emotions, and then, you know, but they don't really break shit down to you. They're the branches. You wanna see the core. You wanna see the main body of the tree. You wanna see to then dig deep down in the roots. Why not? That's just how they're corny, right? But you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta hit the roots. We're just over here looking at the leaves and branches. Nah, man, hit the root. They don't want to explain that. Because if they hit the root, they'll be like, yo, well, hold up. So who's protecting us? The Democrat. And they'd be like, all right, well, hold up. How long y'all motherfuckers been, like, controlling, like, our area? Like, New York? Like, it's Democratic, right? Yeah, and, well, hold on. Let's look at the papers. How long has it been Democrats here? You know, and just to say you this, the last one was Giuliani, who was Republican. And he cleaned the streets more because he had to be more fucking rough. Like, we just want to be like, that's fucking racist. Yeah, but guess what? The majority of us are fucking wildin'. I told you, I think about last week, that Harlem, right in fucking Harlem, some dude got shot broad daylight. And if a kid gets a straight bullet, then you know what? Let's print some shirts. You know, yo, hit up my homeboy over there who airbrushes, yo. Yeah, kid. Yeah, let's airbrush, yo. Airbrush her name, yo. Yo, make sure you spell her name right. Yeah. Like, are you fucking kidding me? We don't even be like, yo. If we have to tell our but that doesn't even make sense, because they bring it's layer by layer brainwashing. It is. Like, I don't know. This probably has nothing to do with what I was saying before, but just how people was reacting to Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, that was like a little like, like, well, y'all people really think like that? Like, this really dude, like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck, you was gonna fuck Rihanna, you dumbass? Like, are you serious? First of all, when I saw Rihanna fucking showing her tatas to fucking young Chris, and I was like, whoa. You know, and this was like, I guess Rihanna wasn't really that famous or whatever, but I seen that photo, unless it's fake. Who knows? But, you know, just like that Wale photo that I saw online, maybe that's fake too. But hey, you know that was weird about that Wale picture? Like, that shit, whoever does like Photoshop, that nigga psychotic. Whoever did that one. Because it's just like such a natural photo. It's one of those photos that way, if a girl takes a photo of you like that, like, you just get pissed. Like, why you posting that shit up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you'd be like, fuck, man. Like, you caught off guard. And it was a photo of like a dude, DK allegedly. Like, some dude that, like, the whole thing was like, oh, is Wale gay or something? Because he took a picture with a dude in the bed. Wale was asleep, he was knocked out. So I remember that shit, man. Like, and after that, like, it was weird that after that, Wale wasn't really fucking with the music industry. Like, he probably never was fucking with it, but I think if that photo is real, allegedly, if that photo is real, then I think the radio, I mean, not the radio, who knows, but the music industry probably was like, yo, if you don't play ball, we gonna drop that bomb. And who knows, maybe I don't want to get there, because I was just like, yo, you never know, for that right deal, you want, you know what I'm saying, you want that shit to because it looks like everything is like so manipulated and corrupted. Like, when you got to pay radio station, that's when you know, like, then obviously you got to pay for fucking, in somehow some way, the Grammys, in somehow some ways the billboards, because everybody knows each other, and if not, everybody knows who owns what, and which owner owns really something else that kind of connects to something else, and that's what makes sense, and that's why they can manipulate, raise artists, and then deplete artists. It's just that with the internet, you can't really do that. And like, maybe Michael Jackson was supposed to be, you know, out of here, but his fucking music was so fucking beast, and his influence, that even if people be like, yo, you know what, even if they come out and be like, yo, you know what, that whole shit was true about Michael Jackson, like, he was like doing little kids dirty or whatever, you will still have people that be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna still listen to Mike though, but he's the wrong person. Like, it's gonna, you can't, what he left in music is uncancelable. He's canceled as a person, because to me, I don't have to DK. Oh, let me see some paper. Like, nah, he was a little weird as a grown up, and I understand that you could be treated a little way, but his other brothers were treated the same way. How come it's only Michael that fucking wants to jump trees with little kids and shit? See, I'm gonna sound fucked up, and this is why I can't be on the radio. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have the eye test. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron James go win 3 straight championships, is he gonna be Michael Jordan? Like, depends on how he plays, right? Like, if he's fucking playing like crazy, then be like, whoa, hold up, what the fuck is this? But most likely, I'm just going by like what we see right now. The eye test will tell you, hell fucking no. Still, he can win 500 of them shits. You know what I mean? But there's an eye test, and that eye test, he needs to be a separate category when you're doing history and eye test, because the eye test will tell you, yeah, hold up. Because if you let history tell it, in the future, they're going to look back. I said this over and over last week or whatever, weeks before. It will be like, yo, yeah, let's go look at the year 2016 and shit, because that wasn't when all that shit happened. Or let's go look at 2020 when the crazy so-called pandemic happened that everybody talks about. You know, let's say kids in the future look back. They're going to look at this period and they're going to make sure, in the history books, they're going to make sure they make Trump look fucking crazy, like Hitler. People gonna look back and be like, oh my god, Hitler, man, like Hitler part 2, yeah. Oh no, he was just Hitler, because they're gonna be like, yo, but look, even Time magazine called him like Hitler, like kind of Hitlerish. So you lying, nigga? He was called Hitler. Like, you could just basically create further history on something in the past by just repeating corrupted sources. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, what is a fact? If I'm human and my fucking war chief died in front of me and we kind of like, it was kind of like a tie, I'm gonna put in the fucking papyrus and all them shit. I'm gonna be like, yeah, we waxed their ass and shit, you know, glory to the king, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be mad slang. You could tell, like, maybe probably like Time Machine can never be made, or if it's made, like, there has to be like a super beast purpose. Like, somebody created an atomic bomb and added, I guess, a little bit too much salt in his home experiment, and like the whole fucking atmosphere shattered. Like, maybe that's when they'd be like, you know what, code triple red purple or whatever, and that means, yo, hold up, somebody about to be, open that little latch up, press that button, and like they could probably rewind time or some shit. Other than that, I don't think that time machine was created yet. But then again, I feel like everything we can imagine, we can create in a weird way. But if it's too crazy, they gotta hide that technology, because it's you know, it sounds crazy. Like, what the fuck you talking? I know, 2 listeners, 3 listeners. But here's the thing: we all know that we can have cars right now not running on gasoline. Like, if you still like, what you mean? Like, you're living under a rock. Go to YouTube and like subscribe to the Discovery Channel, my nigga. Like, what you want me to tell you? So yeah. So you're gonna tell me that since 1912 and shit, when Ford first created, we still on gas? I wouldn't say the word ridiculous, but I have used the P word, on this one. This is preposterous. This is preposterous, my nigga. Like, are you serious? Look at the iPhones. Look what the iPhone could do in 2007, and look what the iPhone could do in 2023 or 25. I mean, obviously we could say 22 or 21 right now, whatever, the iPhone 13. But, like, are you fucking serious? Nigga, everybody looking at their phone. Before the iPhone, I could attest. Before the iPhone, nobody was looking at their phones like that. It was like, unless you had a BlackBerry and you was fucking thirsty on the emails and shit. I ain't gonna front. Like, if we gonna talk about phones, I was right there when shit exploded. Cause I had the Nokia when we would go and we'd be like, yo, fuck, $1.99 for a ringtone or whatever, and they'll charge you on your bill. And you be like, Biggie? Oh, I gotta get this one. And you wait like 10 minutes to download it on your fucking flip phone, and you hear dee doo dee 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 doo dee doo, and you be like, oh nigga, yo nigga, that's Biggie nigga. Yeah, we were gassed. We were all gassed. It's not DKO, it was only me. Everybody was gassed. Let's keep it real. So, you know, then phones got better. And I remember, I would never forget this. So I came to New York from Connecticut or from Florida or some shit. I was in New York and I was sleeping over my homeboy's crib. And and it was like, fuck, my mom gotta call me. You're like, go downstairs, because we leaving back to Connecticut. I think, yeah, this was Connecticut. We leaving back to Connecticut. But before that, my mom called me, and it was just too much noise. I really couldn't hear. And she was like, sí, te compré una motora. And I'm like, what the fuck? She bought me a motorcycle? Like, because, in Spanish, motorcycle is motora. So I was like, fuck, man. Like, come on, man. You could have just told me. Don't buy shit that's expensive. Tell me. Because I could be like, no, I don't want that. Give me that money. Now cop me some Jordans. And, just buy me some new clothes or some shit. We don't got to go take it there. What the fuck I'm going to do in Connecticut with a motorcycle? I'd rather walk. To me, I'd rather walk. And I remember I was like, mami, una motora. Like, what? I was like, ¿por qué tú compraste eso? And I was like, I just kept it real. And she was like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm never going to buy you shit again. And I was like, man, fuck that shit. So she called me downstairs. She was pissed at me. I was pissed. I was like, and she was like, and I think by the time we was on the highway, I wasn't even really talking. And she was like, mira la motora ahí atrás. And I'm like, ¿dónde está la motora? And I didn't see no fucking motorcycle, like not even the box. And she was like, no, está en la funda. I'm like, oh, mami, ¿qué tú estás hablando? And she was like, el teléfono. And I was like, what? Nigga, that's when Boost first came out. And I knew it was Boost, but she was calling it Motorola. But she was saying Motorola. Nigga sounded like she was saying Motora. And I'm like, what? Tommy Mottola, nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? When she said it's in a bag, I was like, what the fuck you bought? Yo, it was a fucking Boost phone, yo. And I was mad fucking gassed, nigga. What? Bleep, bleep, nigga? Who got the keys to the Jeep? Nah, man. Nah, but come on, nigga. Like, so then, little by little, I got the I-95. What's it called? The I-95? The I-90? The Nextels and shit. But yeah, that was a struggle. Or like playing like a whack ass weird game on certain like Nextel phones and shit like that. You could download games. I will go to the mall and have a dude with the computer. He will buy like ringtones from him, and these were more legit like ringtones. Like by the time Nextel came out, but yo, that whole walkie-talkie era was fucking awesome. The walkie-talkie era in the Bronx. How about that one? In '99. Look at me, like you can tell it's like when you hear Uncle Will in 1973. Nah, right? But in 1999 or 98, I remember like there was this fucking craze about walkie-talkies. And everybody fucking had them. Now, it wasn't like, yo, one nigga in the block has it. It was like everybody was buying walkie-talkies. Like a craze. It's like the yo-yo craze, where everybody was buying a yo-yo in the late 90s. So, and I'm over here like, what the fuck? And my brother had one. So he would come in the room, and he would just get on it like a fucking, like it was a chat. So I was like, and you could tell everybody was using it just to meet up with women. And my brother would be like, yeah, but my brother DK will say, he will say a fake block. Yeah, meet me on this block, but he would be like on another block, and he just straight looking at the like, yeah, what you wearing? In case like she like mad fat, looking like a fucking linebacker or a fridge. So yeah, my brother was fucking crazy. But yo, you will hear like and here's the funny part. Y'all ready? This is sad because I didn't have a fucking walkie-talkie. But this is sad, embarrassing. I was embarrassed. So you hear my brother go like, yo, he would have like a punch, like a, what was it, like a jingle. Like they would say a jingle like, yo, you know who it be? It's that kid from the 333. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people would have shit like that. And that's what they will remember you by. Like, in a weird way, it was this channel. Like, you just go to, like, channel 1, and it was like, you hear everybody talking at the same time. And, you know, looking back, it was fascinating because now you look back, and it was like prehistoric FaceTime in a weird way, but or like Twitter at the same time, right? It has to be because it was just everybody locally, you know. So then you be like, yo, let's keep talking. Go to channel 12 or whatever. You go different channel. There will be one channel with a lot of people. It was just crazy like that. Like, I remember going with my brother to meet up with a girl, and she had the walkie-talkie like in her hand. I was like, yo, where this shit came out of from? Like where this shit came from? And I guess after that they were like, okay, we got to get these fucking chimpanzees phones, because they already here making walkie-talkies mad money. We got to cheapen this shit up, you know. And then the razors came, you know what I'm saying? The sidekick was a shit. When I saw that shit swivel and flip this to the side like that, I was like, sold. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because now we have the best cutting edge phones, and we just fucking pay bills to just see memes. Can you believe that shit? What I was talking about? I'm talking about the Riri shit. It's just too late to talk about it. But I was gonna say about that, like, I kind of got upset in a way when all the fucking tabloids online were like, Rihanna and como se llama ese tipo? A$AP Rocky. Yeah, they're having a kid. I was like, yo, hold on, put some respect on A$AP Rocky, my nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know Riri fucking did a deal or some shit, and her makeup cost like, and then made like a bajillionaire. I know. But hold up, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the champions she been with, she chose Rocky, man. Congratulations to Rocky. That's Rocky. It's Rocky and Rihanna, my nigga. Fuck that, nigga. Like, yo, there's people over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, disrespecting A$AP Rocky and shit, putting his, this was fucked up. They put his picture with his hair delisado, nigga, like, man, smooth. Like, don't do that. A$AP Rocky gonna take care of the baby. Like, come on, yo, hold up, man. Like, you see how they disrespect the men? Fucking. But then if you say something about women, black woman power, black woman, independent women, like, shut the fuck up. We can't talk about women, but they can talk about us. You know what? If I'm gonna fuck around and lobby to Democrats about putting women on child support, like easy rules, so just men could just straight up fucking overturn that table, nigga. Let's see how independent women gonna do there. You can tell, like, I have to put like a disclaimer. I am not a role model, no matter how famous this shit ever gets in the future. Record this. That's for sure. And did I speak about the Sandy Hook shit? In case I did. I just gotta go through the fucking list, because I will go off the topic and then just go, and then I look and it's like an hour and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even hit no topics. But Sandy Hook, have you ever been like on YouTube? First of all, I was on YouTube and I saw this disturbing ass fucking clip that's like an ad. Cause don't just do that and then there's nothing I can subscribe to. You see what I'm saying? Disturbing as fuck, like a home video of like the outside porch. Mom taking the kid, I guess that's choke, a baby that's choke. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that shit. I'm trying to fucking watch YouTube. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, that was fucking ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure there's something for me to subscribe to. That was the whole point of the video. I know that they use a real fucked up footage of that, or something going on like that. Like, yo, you don't hit us like with that. Like, not everybody want to see some shit. That's not traumatic, DK. What the fuck? But you know what I'm saying? It is for that person. Like, come on, like you really gonna use that raw video? It look real, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they faked it, that's fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, it's just like, yo, YouTube said se está pasando. But the other one was a Sandy Hook ad, and it was just like reminding us, like, yo, remember that Sandy Hook? There's people that say it was fake. It was basically saying that, you feel me, my nigga? And I'm over here like, knowing how wise I am, nigga. I'm over here like, but why you have to? You see what I'm saying? Don't make it hot. Don't make it hot. Don't make it hot. Because the last thing I fucking need is for somebody to come and, you know, be a whistleblower and blow your whole shit up. And then that means that fucking Alex Jones was right. And that will mean that it's over. The podcast's over. Nah. But that is over. Like, that means that fucking Alex Jones was fucking beast and he was fucking right. And the reason why he was saying that, and it was at that time, you gotta understand, people, at that time, the YouTube was new. It was the Wild Wild West in YouTube. You could upload, boom, boom. It wasn't you can't say this. You can't say you're fat and you're out of here or demonetized. Like, no. So people were reviewing that clips of like aerial views of people rehearsing coming out of the school. Like, yo, my nigga, come on, like that. They had no control for that shit, for what happened. And then Alex Jones stepped out and he was like, yo, this shit is fishy. You know, so you can tell when when Alex Jones hit on that topic every day, 4 times a week maybe, they probably call a couple clips that they can cut up and be like, yep, take it to court. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so, I guess. But all I'm saying is just like, why years later, like, you don't see those commercials from 9/11. So why years later you want to push that? And then in the commercials, this is women, and in the commercial she goes, and there's people saying it's fake. I'm like, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. You see? It's like when a liar needs to make sure the lie, feels good for them saying it. Like, to think like, all right, this shit it's gonna sound true because now I could put emotion to it. Like, what the fuck? You don't have to repeat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. And then YouTube, listen. You can't even Alex Jones can't even say the word Sandy Hook. That's how bad it was. And remember, listen, this is why I was saying that, because this is a reason why we can remember it specifically, because they were showing clips of Dark Knight, also pointing out in the maps the Dark Knight movie. There was a spot that was called Sandy Hook, and I know you'd be like, what are the coincidences? I know it's a coincidence, but you have to remember, when it's a big movie, there's literally almost every frame, my nigga, is analyzed. Every frame. And I'm talking about frames. I'm talking about by photos, which a movie is. A movie is just a bunch of fucking photos going fast, which creates motion. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? We know about this shit already. But there's a person, best believe, that's going through every fucking scene and making sure everything is right. You think that people just making the movie and they be like, "I by mistake." Yeah, that happens. That happens. But for something kind of blatant, like, come on. And it says Sandy Hook, my nigga. It's like they gotta tell us, the elites gotta tell us, the reptilians or whatever the hell, who the hell that is, the devils, they gotta tell us, like, that's their pact. They have to at least show us before and have that in our head. And, in a weird way, I guess we accept. I don't know, who knows? That's what I hear when I go to like the far reaches of the internet. This is why I take all that information. It sounds crazy, but I take all that information because as soon as one crack appears, bing, and that crack's small, then it gets longer and longer, and there's a huge crack. Now it's a wrap. But I'm talking about in information terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be like, well, hold on. What you mean this? This was just something that I heard a couple years ago. Hold up, that might be true, and it's a wrap. That's it, it's over. Because now with that, you can connect other shit that you heard, and you just put it to the side. You don't have to go jump out the window and believe it, my nigga. You know, but just take information, and you know, at least with time, you'll be able to know, okay, this seems like valid information. Like, you don't want to go, you know, and then look at like those Q people, sometimes they get a little bit out of hand because they just believe it too much. And then to the point that if you make a good, you know, anti-statement that's really well thought out, they will just, you know, discredit it. And they just will like, it will become like, okay, my team is better now. And it won't be a debate anymore. That's why I had to step back. And then look, it fell, but you got great information from Q. And for people that know who the Q thing is, it was just basically this thing this drop of information that act like it was coming from the inside, which sometimes they had like really good information, like, whoa. And I guess maybe the whole point of it was just to make people think, which it worked. But then I guess they made a documentary like who was behind it. It was just like this like disabled kid in the basement, and I was like, maybe, but how about this? Maybe y'all never found out who it was, and y'all wanted to create propaganda. Be like, look, you see, it was this little dumbass kid in the closet in the basement. You see, that's him. Yep, that's him. Don't believe him now. All right, nothing to see here. Let's move along. And it's like, nah, hold on, because there was shit that he was posting that it was making mad sense. And one of the quotes that Q would put was that they would never be able to walk. They would never be able to walk in the streets no more. Meaning, like, those elites, all those people like Trudeau is on the fucking run like O.J. Simpson. He's on the white Bronco in Canada because he didn't want to show up to that shit. That shit is over. His mask came off. They caught him with his pants down, basically. And now they saying the cops are saying they get any cop that you know aids those freaking convoy people, like, you know, like they will get basically probably fired or whatever, bullshit like that. And it's just like, keep going. Y'all looking crazy. That's Canada, fucking liberal capital. Here in New York, I mean, not here in New York, but here, like in America, you have more people that are like, oh, hold up, fuck, you know what I'm saying? But I will say that, but at the same time, you'd be surprised how many liberals are in America. That's why you can tell all this shit had to happen, so people could just all wake up at the same time. And maybe that's when the aliens come, if there's aliens. Either aliens or Yahweh shots coming. So either or, we have to brace up. Because if aliens come and whatever the hell that shit is, and they don't have no zippers behind their neck, then all right, then okay, I guess this is like Earth season 500, Earth season 2050, I guess, or 30, whenever they want to come. Whatever that season is, all right, then this is the season when we gotta like interact with like these aliens, quote unquote. All right, cool. And that'll be good. Give us technology. Like, do y'all have water? If y'all don't have water, we can sell y'all water for like a lot of money, and then you give us something that we might like, so we can uplift. Listen, at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Like, I know there's people that say, hey, wake up and work hard. Hold on, my nigga. All right, because the way life works and the way that whole giving birth miracle look, it's not because you give birth to fucking have a fucking CEO of a company. No, nigga. This is an experience of life. All that shit don't mean shit, because we have people that make it there and they're like, yo, it's all about family, and thank God I was born, at least. So life is not working. That's just clear. We feel like working because we fucking felt like working all the time. Now, working for your own, yes. And I know that you can tell, like, if there was like a Republican hearing this, they'll be like, oh no. See, that's you're a Democrat, right? That's what I get. But no, Like, stop being a slave. Like, hold up. Be a slave to your own company. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wants to help. But we all need, like, oh, now I'm sound like a real fucking Democrat. But we all need that fucking what was the word I was gonna use? I was gonna say equality. I don't want to say equality, but fuck it, equality. But equality on a real basis. Like, don't just say we can't. Like, I hate that I had to jump to it, but once again, I would never stop talking about this. Reparations, of course. You know, obviously, my Dominican Republic's reparations with Spain, but here in America, all these Republicans be like, you could tell, like, they be like, okay, Republicans gotta say no on reparations. All right, cool, I'll say no. Like, no, it's not like that. Okay, because just like this, oh, why we gotta give you money? It's not us. Okay, yada yada yada. Okay, because Americans love to, white Americans love to be patriotic in history. Part of history was slavery, and y'all never gave the full promise of what is it called? An acre and a mule, 2 acres and a mule, or whatever, 3 acres and a mule. Like, we never, like, I'll say we, but the people at that time never really got that. It was like, now y'all, y'all just do whatever y'all want. That's how it was. Like, obviously you could just tell, because people at that time was way more ignorant. You have ignorant people now. Imagine at that time, that probably the weird people was the one who was like, yo, we can all be friends. And they were like, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I asked them this. Fine, it's not your fault. The ancestors, yada yada. But will y'all agree for them to get money? Y'all might say no, right? I bet. Cool. Hopefully people say yeah. But y'all might say no. But how about this? Now answer this. Do you think that the United States ever spent money unwisely, like horribly, delinquently? And you have to say yes. Millions? Yes. Billions? Of course. So what's wrong? What's wrong? You can literally pay every black, if the numbers of blacks is so low, which sometimes I don't believe that. I think that for them to be pushing Planned Parenthood on us is because I think we are outnumbering them. That's another story for another time. But if we really that small minority, or the blacks, for specifically that are connected to American slavery, then throw them $40K, nigga. But y'all don't want to throw nothing. You see, y'all don't want to throw nothing. Y'all could be like, yo, how about, like, y'all can't even bring up, like, slavery anymore for 40K reparations, 40K. Just say it fast, maybe they'll be like, aye, and just say you cut the deal. Because it's never gonna stop. Because y'all keep doing y'all backhanded slavery, not slavery, but, well, kind of backhanded slavery, backhanded slavery. Because if you don't get a shot, you won't get your job. Sounds like slavery to me. I don't want to be on my Kanye, but shit, sounds like a choice to me. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, we still gonna be in the same dilemma. Wouldn't white people be like, you know what? Fuck it. Give them an amount of money. Nigga, all right. It ain't gonna be millions. But if you say, yo, 50K each person, people will be like, hell, we think people will say, no, hold on, nah, more. Listen, or at least 50K, and in 10 years, 50K. Like, come on. We spend so much money as black and Hispanics. They just did the fucking numbers recently. And they had documentaries in the fucking 50s and the 40s or 60s, 70s or whatever about black Americans. And basically, when I say black Americans, I'm including Hispanics, because it's basically all the same shit, just different shade. So, it's that difference. Like, we like good shit. White people, they rich, and you still see them in fucking Chuck Taylors and shit, looking all scrawny and fucking dirty. We got a little more class, nigga. Look at me drinking champagne while living in the smallest New York City's finest apartments. Hey. Ching ching to that, nigga. You can tell they fucked up with the phone. They should have never gave us phone. That's why I think like sometimes like phone, you know, obviously fire and all that shit, but phone must have been the greatest invention ever. It has to be. And then to think that eventually we're gonna be just using like frames or contact lenses that basically give us a phone, but without fucking having it in our hands. Just imagine how phones made like our thumbs so strong. But think about it. Eventually we're gonna see like projections in our visions that we can look to the like our peripheral vision could be to bring out the text messages, and then we see it on the side. Like it sounds crazy, right? But it's gonna get there. And it's gonna get to a point that, can you believe we not using phones, but we are using a phone, but not really, because we don't have it physically. But everything we will do with a phone, like everybody gonna walk around with a Bluetooth, plain and simple. By the time the older people, you know, probably, you know, with time die off, me 35, by the time I'm 6, like let's add 30 on that, so by the time 65, everybody gonna have a fucking Bluetooth. And by that time, phones are not gonna be probably physical. It's just probably gonna be like a Bluetooth earpiece you put in, and then or a contact lens. I don't know how that's gonna work. And you see a vision of real life, obviously, like we all do now. But when you put a contact lens or whatever the fuck you put, you have everything that you will see. Every time you look down on the phone, that image or that fucking wallpaper, it'll probably be like the border of your fucking peripheral vision or some bullshit. And you can literally pull into your vision whatever you need to do. If you need to go look at the internet, you will see an image a little bit further from your view that you can look enough that you can look down and straight as you walk in, but you keep a little eye vision to a little banner. It look like a banner in your eye, in your vision, using the contact. Like all that shit could be done already now. Like they got the Google lenses, which that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 10, like 7 years ago. Time goes so fucking fast. Every 6 months, they creating a faster chip. You know, so technology goes on the incline. Just imagine what like a military guy. It's literally like what we see in Halo. When you play a video game Halo, like that vision that they have where they can see how much like they have health and all that bullshit, all those bars or whatever. That's how it's gonna be. We're gonna be able to like put on whatever the hell we're gonna have to put on our lenses in our contacts or whatever to use the phone now. And with the Bluetooth connected, you just make a phone call. You just don't need something physical in your hand. That's gonna be crazy though. It's inevitable. In at least 10 years, it's gonna get like that. Within 10 years, that's my prediction. They should have never gave us cameras, because that basically propelled the internet, yada yada, and eventually just to have people rebel more. But you still have those celebrities that they listen. They the anchor. You could tell in the 90s, a celebrity would have been like, if they would have corrupted Michael Jackson would be like, whoa, kill your parents. And it's a rap, nigga. You can literally command people. Can you believe that shit? Because you're a celebrity. And you have to think, why these celebrities are really almost kind of like hate themselves? Because they probably like, they know like the real ones that was like, that think on a 3-dimensional level, they probably like, oh, hold up. This is what y'all doing? Oh, fuck. And then you have people like Chanel O'Connor or whatever, that she fucking went ham on the Pope and shit, and she ripped the Pope's, like she did that shit in the war show. Like you have to have that shit thought out, or maybe like sporadic, but she must have just been fed up with that bullshit. So you never know. You just never know what the fuck it's like to be a celebrity and see like plain insight corruption. or they tell you you're a pretty woman, and they tell you, yo, you gotta go to Dubai, and you're like, oh shit, hell yeah. Who's paid for it? Like, nah, it's like a rich family over there. Oh, no doubt. And you go over there, now the king wanna fuck you. And you're like, wait, what? And they're like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. You're like, what do you mean you gotta do it? And you're like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? I'm supposed to be singing. Yo, who knows? Hopefully everything I'm saying is fake, because if it's real, and listen, with that scenario right there I gave y'all, that should sound like it could happen. I mean, we did see Rihanna with like a fucking Arabic over there that you could tell it's just like he has to have money. I sound like a hater. But you know what I mean? Like what? Like I don't know. And then Drake looking crazy because he unfollowed them. See, but Drake shouldn't not. If he did that, he should not have done that fast. Like, god damn, how much is the history y'all got? That's weird. By the way, y'all saw that fucking India Arie clip of her saying DK, showing the video of Joe Rogan saying nigga, because he was saying. Because to him, he was just like, can you believe we can't say that word? And he will be on his own platform saying it. Not in the malicious way, though. But he will say, which is like, oh, shit. But now he don't do that. And here's the thing. If you were saying it before, nigga, keep saying it now. So I do agree with that. But India Arie, don't come with that Spotify bullshit, because you're gonna now want to say you make money off a little bit off of me and the other artists, and you use that money to pay. Yeah. So why don't you say that shit before, when record labels been fucking people up? Say that before, because you couldn't. But now maybe there's a battery in your back, and you're probably getting fucking paid to basically harm somebody else, and you want to make it look like you just care because you use the N-word. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck, because when Joe Biden was saying that shit, and he was just using the word, you know, not with intent, but basically kind of in a by the way explaining it moment, nobody blinked the eye. We just got our priorities like totally fucked up, and I'm here for it. Because now I know, like, oh shit, we ain't ready for the revolution. Like, whew. Y'all can wear shirts of Che Guevara all you want. Let me take a sip of that. I have to. Like, what happened, Jay-Z? I thought you were supposed to sign with the NFL and like bring change, like Obama, with hope. Notice they always use words like hope, imagine, like I wish. There's never like action. Like, hell no. When they see that word action, they probably think that should sound like very Germanish, Hitlerish. But no, it's action that we need. When Obama first came with the hope, and then in the next 8 years, don't worry, we got it. Like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it's just like, nigga, what? Nigga, who? Not me. Shit. I voted for you the first time, but nah. I see nothing change, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? And then they were like, oh yeah, but you know, Congress and shit. Like, nigga, please. When Trump came, y'all all folded. Republicans and Democrats. Y'all niggas started joining fucking powers. You saw fucking Bushes with the Clintons, nigga. Giving each other candy and shit. Trump got y'all like that? Nah. And listen, people, Trump can be racist. If he is, he's just like the other presidents. What do you think? You think John F. Kennedy never said nigger? No, because we're gonna go there. So y'all, you know, Trump is racist. So what happened if I said like, oh, you know, they have a video of Kennedy saying some reckless shit about niggers? Now what? You can't hit me with the, oh, but everybody's right. No, because you was going hard on Trump. And yeah, maybe Trump is racist. He's white. He's going to pull for his own people, you fucking dumbass. We're going to pull for our own people. They're going to pull for theirs. Now, what the fuck that has to do with at least having good fucking deals that makes the country more money, because we're gonna make more money at the end of it. It's not by fucking crying about emotions, about racism. You fucking, like, you see, I get pissed. you see what I'm saying? But that's what the Democrats do. That's their playbook. And when it don't work, war. And when war don't work, oh, hold up, racism. And racism be causing enough confusion. All right, hold up, war. All right, hold on. Fuck, they're keeping up. All right, racism. And it's like, come on, my nigga. Trump. Nah, you see, like, come on. Like, no. Their playbook is circling down the drain. And everybody's paying attention, even the liberals. It took y'all fucking long, but y'all fucking paying attention now. Y'all still don't want to admit, but we leave that for another time. But y'all paying attention now. And I say JC about the NFL shit because a black coach, I think he's Honduran though, but he looks black. I mean, black people were everywhere. That's why, like, when we say blacks and Hispanics, it just basically is like left hand, right hand. But the NFL coach Flores, which Dika, he had like a winning streak with the Dolphins. And if that's true, it's the Dolphins. That should be a good fucking thing to know. But he was applying to be a coach, and then Bill Belichick metió la pata because it was like Brian Flores, and the other one was Brian something else. New York Giants coach, my team. But I guess they gave him the job, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna interview the black dude, Flores. It's Flores because he's black, but Honduran again. But yeah, we're gonna interview him and shit. But you can tell they have to interview him because those are the rules for minorities, ethnicity, yada yada. So Bill Belichick came through with his ill fucking metal leg, nigga, and metió la pata, and he texted the wrong Brian, nigga. And he goes, yo, ahí que ya tú cogiste esa vaina. Basically saying that. He was basically saying, yo, you got it, my nigga. And he was like, yo, thanks. Like, for wait, I haven't even got. He was like, yo, hold up. My interview it's not until like Thursday and shit. And then Bill Belichick was like he didn't even respond. And then the other dude sent another text saying, hold up, you talking about Brian Flores or Brian? And then you can tell right there. That next text must have took like at least 4 days. Because Bill Belichick must have been embarrassed. Maybe not. Maybe he don't give a fuck. He probably was like, oh yeah, sorry. All right, whatever. And then like not making a big deal. But Brian Flores, that coach, he using that shit in court. Because now he's going to try to fight it. Because, in his case, I guess he's saying like, yo, that's how y'all get down. Like, y'all be here talking about like, yo, you got the job, my nigga. But oh yeah, I got to interview this motherfucker right here. He's black and he's, or he's Hispanic or whatever. And it's like, come on. Like, maybe you can't beat it in court, but yeah, I see why that's fucked up. Like, god damn. And then, like, for Bill Belichick, out of all coaches, come in and mete la pata like that and ruin it for for the white peoples, because now y'all fucked. Because that does look crazy. But then again, you're going to have Jason Whitlock come. I'm going to have to see that Jason Whitlock video, because he made a video. Like, sometimes those people who are like Republican and they black, it's like y'all like to stick to the values and the views of Republican, but it's like, yo, we live in a new age, man. Like, you do know that they could use that, like, yo, we not racist, but then be racist on the low, and we would never know. So we gotta keep, I'm not gonna say people in check, but we gotta be wary of shit like this, because they could use that shit against us. Like, come on now, let's not be stupid. Don't go walk around and insulting our intelligence like that. It's just like it's getting the way around it. Like, yeah, let's do this, and then we go, we hired this motherfucker already, but let's all, And then Brian Flores even said that even for the Denver job, the main nigga that was supposed to sit down with him was which was John Elway, famous fucking quarterback turned, business. I don't know if he's the owner of the Denver Broncos team. He came like mad late and saying that he said that he would to interview him as a coach, Brian Flores, when he was looking for a coaching job. Como que he got there late, hungover because he had a party, but then he said that he overslept. Well, no, like, he was getting the end of the stick, you know what I'm saying? So for shit like that, like, shit goes like imagine how that shit happened like way back in the days when now that we have internet and now that nigga screenshot that Bill Belichick conversation, you know, like you got something in your hands. Will he win? Probably not. But you know, because they're gonna just say, "Well, you think I can't make my mind up and pick a person, but I still have to interview others?" Like they're gonna use any little thing, but I can see an argument against it because I'm like, yo, hold up. Brian Flores he's nice. Up and coming young coach. Maybe the league don't want to agree with him being another, I don't know. Who knows, yo? But you see how like sloppy that looks? We don't need that shit. Not in this climate. Not right now when you have a bunch of people so emotional about race. And listen, there's a certain moment. Listen, the last time I got really emotional was Emmett Till. That was the last straw for me, and I had to see that shit in school by one of my favorite teachers. Also, I forgot his name, but you know what I'm saying, like that shit kind of like made me change my whole perspective. Like, yo, hold up, white people are this reckless? Like, you see them now, they be polite. Some of them snap, of course, but they como que be walking around actions around them because they know they fucked up. They know their history. And you know, I'm saying God forbid as a joke, but God forbid they really be like, hold up. You telling me the blacks and so-called Hispanics are the children of Israel? I don't want to get there, but you see what I'm saying? Like, they over here praising the Bible and all that, and they doing mockeries of it because they really be having like the televangelists and shit. Like, that's playing with the Bible, bro. Like, that's crazy. And it's all white people that do that. And tell you like certain scripts of the Bible, but then it's like they don't want to tell you the real shit that they be saying. That not that they be saying the real shit that's in the Bible. Let me not go there. It's 1 hour already and 1 minute, and I'm gonna end it right there. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Brian Flores got fucked. You know what I'm saying, for a job. He's gonna get another job. With all this is going on, he's definitely gonna get a job because he's really good. I think not really good, but he's young, and I think, you know, he got a lot more to prove. Like, there are super whack teams in the NFL. Like, I don't get it. Joe Rogan being attacked by fucking musicians, like, that's when you know Joe Rogan is doing something right. Because nobody want to bring those videos up when there's nothing to, you know, really be done with. Now that the attack is on him, yeah, everybody gotta come out. Everybody come out with the light on. That's it. Everybody come out. Are people waking up? Who knows? But I tell you this. All the Democrats got to do right now to make sure they hold on tight and get a little bit more power back and respect. Have a white cop do another Hispanic or black, you know, person dirty. Put another neck on one of us. All that we waking up shit goes down the drain because we're gonna be way emotional. Oh, you see. But maybe people will wake up and be like, yo, hold up. Is Biden using this? You know, you just never know. Politics is so disgusting. And they will jump hurdles to influence and make sure they get their own way. So this is why I do this podcast at the same time. It's therapy for me, but hey, a lot more people need to listen to what I'm saying, and I'm noticing it not almost day by day, but almost day by day as I have conversations with different people. It's like they all agree with what I'm saying, but it's like they never, like, I hear people like, yo, damn, I never thought about that. Like, people I talk to, like, personally, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to get too deep, but this is what's going on, this and that. They be like, yo, that makes sense. Like, when I tell people about the MD shit, which I said that last week, of course, but it's true. Like, when they made the MDs in the hood, I'm like, yo, they love us, you know? Like a typical liberal. I was like, they love us. Look, they're making hospitals, little mini hospitals, like the little Pokemon centers. Yeah, because we the Pokemons. They catching us for right. And then the fucking vaccine comes a year later, and I'm like, yo, hold up. So these people kicked out, like, Fordham Road, there's an MD in there. Fordham Road in Jerome. Like, damn, y'all had to kick out Sammy's Fashion for this bullshit ass little clinic. Who's making money out of COVID, man? That's my main thing. Y'all gotta wake up, man. Catch up. Who's making money, man? If you taking a free test, that's free to you, yeah. But who's making money? I'ma end it there. That's y'all homework. Pirate Radio, episode 37. Peace.